Here we are again in game number 1 of a previous matchup that we have already had. Dreaz versus Sharp, as Sharp puts on goal number 1. The last time these two guys met was Dreaz's first ever show match. And he actually did a pretty good job as he took Sharp to game 5. At the time, Dreaz was the lower ranked player. Sharp's been in the top 4 for a long time recently, has actually dropped down to 14 and apparently lost a ranked game right before this match. But Sharp was, in the previous matchup, not a newcomer to show matches. He had done a couple on my stream. He had done a few on Johnny Boy's stream. So he was certainly coming into it feeling used to it. Nothing new about it to him, but Dreaz was brand new to it. The youngster here who played his first show match on my stream against Sharp in a pretty significant prize pool game, but Sharp ended up pulling up the win. After some late game heroics, Dreaz had the opportunity to get under a ball and keep it up to score and push that game into overtime in game number 5, but he didn't, as he does a nice fake here to get his first goal of this next series they're playing. Sharp with the slow kickoff here, whether intentional or not. At least gets in front of his own net to prevent the immediate attack. Dreaz keeping the pressure on, as we've seen him do in these show matches. Does not prefer to play defense from far away. Seems to like to keep it up close and personal, and this is maybe one of the reasons why, as he is able to stop out a pretty weak attempt from Sharp. I'm sure Sharp will be beating himself up for that one, as that opportunity on net was certainly nothing to call home about. Kickoff win here for Dreaz. Might be able to tap this one easy. Make it 3-1. Dreaz coming back with the reckoning. If that makes any sense. Dreaz, in the meantime, since the last matchup between Sharp and him, has taken over the spot as leader on the ladder and is now ranked number 1 in all of North America, as we showed in the title. So Sharp is now coming technically as the underdog, but certainly being the much more experienced player in these situations, it's hard to call him that. But Dreaz has been on a tear recently. Honestly, the most exposed I've seen him, even including the time he lost to Sharp, was in that game number 1 and 2 against Creams. Creams actually seemed to figure it out against him until that controller issue. Dreams will put on his Dreams. He also told me his name is said Dreams without the M, so I sometimes think of that. But nice flick here will get him his 4th goal. Chat saying Dreaz is insane, and they're not wrong, as he's looking like nobody could stop him playing. After playing Sharp, played again against King Ranny on, I think it was Sunday. And Dreaz looking great against King Randy then. Of course, I don't know if we failed to mention it on stream last time, though, but Dreaz was coming into that game extremely warmed up. Had been playing all day. Had been watching his stream playing ones all day. And King Randy had just turned the game on, pretty much, when he came to play. So, we really caught Randy off guard. But who knows whether or not that would have even mattered the way Dreaz has been playing as of late. This challenge will result in a goal, though, from a nice low 50-50 from Sharp at midfield. Halfway through game number 1. Sharp down 3. Dreaz taking control of this ball with low boost. His flick actually ends up getting the ball over Sharp, and Sharp pushes him into the 100 boost. Sharp with another low attack, maybe trying to speed this ball past Dreaz, but really not doing a great job of it, as Dreaz is having no issue staying in front of it, but this 50-50 will give him his third goal he's looking for. Just so you guys know, if you're tuning in a little bit later, I'll try and keep saying this for these guys. I'm putting in $5 to the prize pool. If you contribute, you being chat, 10 more, I'll match that 10 and make it 25. But for now, we stay at 5 as Dreaz maintains his lead. He actually started off behind, I should say, but he's taken back over. Sharp taken to the sky, having to use a lot of boost just to get back to this ball. Was able to hold on to 60. Don't you worry, Flipper. We're not talking just to you. We're just talking in general. Nice shot from midfield here from Dreaz as he avoids the demo. He's able to put that one on net. Sharp a little bit too interested in grabbing that boost. Maybe thinking Dreaz did not have an opportunity on net, but he did. As he goes up 6-3. Dreaz making the read that Sharp's going for the air dribble, but Sharp does really well to get this air dribble bump. Perfect placement from him as he gets up and snags right as Dreaz is about to come in contact with that ball. The demo to bring it within 2. Sharp showing some of his Kareem's energy, as Kareem was in the last game, seemed to figure out that the air dribble bumps was the way to go against Dreaz, as he scored most of his goals, it seemed like, or at least all of his ones where he created them for free that aren't like ones like this, with a wide open net at midfield after I think a completely whipped challenge from Sharp. I think he just expected Dreaz to be playing that ball a little bit faster. But the slow play will get Dreaz his 7th goal, meaning 3 goals for Sharp to make up in this last minute. This ball bouncing midfield. Sharp's going to initiate a dribble as he goes for yet another air dribble bump, and it works yet again. Dreaz is going to have to start figuring out what he needs to do to stop these plays. Maybe this is the reason why we see Dreaz stick close to the ball most of the time. When he gives space on those opportunities, he's letting that ball go in the net. Whether that air dribble bump connects with his car or not, all that matters is whether or not that goal goes in. Dreaz realizes he doesn't have the time to grab the boost and does well to get back to net as he gets a nice counter-attack goal here. Sharp thought for a moment he had an opportunity to rush that ball towards Dreaz's goal after Dreaz went for boost, but he ends up faking it and gets the counterattack, leaving Sharp with nothing at midfield. Another kickoff is going to secure this one, as if it wasn't already secured. 9-5 for Dreaz. Not the end of the world here for Sharp, as he certainly has lots of time to come back, as he's shown he can drop games to Dreaz, but pick some of them back up. Last time these guys played, Sharp won game number 1. He smacks this long clear, and this game will be over. Dreaz taking the early lead. Put this man on the Johnny Boy stream is right. I'm sure he's destined for the show, which currently is the Johnny Boy stream. Sharp back in the blue. Does not seem worried about switching to the winning car color. Dreaz gonna initiate the first dribble of the stream here, and sorry, of the game here. And Sharp, nowhere close on this challenge, really having a lot of boosts, and saw that flick going early and just maybe went for the bump. Maybe he knew he was already beat at that point. thought I might as well try and demo him. Sharp wins this kickoff as he ends up hitting this ball far too away from his car off the wall. Is able to prevent possession though for Dreaz as he takes it back to his own net. Playing collected, but this dribbling is going to cost him a lot of boost. He does a good enough job though to hold on to it, and yet another air dribble bump. Sharp knows what works and he's willing to go back to it over and over again. Dreaz has to figure out something in order to stop these, whether that means challenging closer at midfield or just changing up the way he goes for the saves to the last second. It seems to be his kryptonite, and there's really no reason for Sharp not to go back to the air dribble bump over and over again. Oh, as he barely misses out. This flick off the kickoff that Dominus end up getting a little bit too much height on the ball. Another 50-50 will lead for another challenge. This time the placement is good enough, and he'll go up 2-1. Sharp coming late to the kickoff multiple times in this series. Not sure how much it's worked out for him, as it seems like if anybody's dominated the kickoff game, it is Dreaz, but maybe that's the reason why he's been trying to mix it up. As a 50-50 here goes off the ceiling and Dreaz taps in his second goal. Maybe going for a double jump pop or an air dribble, and the initiation of an air dribble bump himself, but either way, Sharp's early challenge just sends it to the ceiling, and it's not enough to keep Dreaz out of the net. Dreaz not going for a boost here and electing to come for that ball right away. Pretty unorthodox for these guys, usually grabbing that mid boost off that kickoff. And this time, Dreaz is finally able to save the air dribble bump and might even get a counterattack. Sharp does well to get back in time. But I think that's the first one that Dreaz has been able to keep out of his net. And Sharp, I don't know why he doesn't just go for it again. There's the early challenge from Dreaz to get these to stop happening. Good fake from Sharp as he's getting Dreaz up and off the ground as often as possible. Good play from him to see that Dreaz was already up. Snuggles RL, what's going on? Sharp looking really good in this game number 2 against the young phenom. Dreaz looking to avoid that demo and then try and get in front of that ball and for a nice 50-50, but doesn't succeed. As Sharp will get his 4th goal. Maybe another occasion of Dreaz being just a little bit too glued to the ball. Big missed kickoff here, doesn't get either of the pads, but actually ends up winning it anyways. But Sharp's gonna demo him. See if he goes for yet another bump. Holy cow, the Dominus flick sends that ball to the moon. Dreaz. Oh my goodness, looking to take that demo, but a nice reverse from Sharp. Means he will not get demoed. An easy bucket afterwards. Dreaz just taking that risk. Could have head to net, could have tried to save the ensuing shot, but thought it would be easier to just take Sharp out. Sharp makes the excellent play to reverse, and by then the net is open, but Sharp will just hand away possession here off the kickoff, and Dreaz does well to take his own corner boost of a nice power shot. Goes high and forces out a save, but despite not being on net, but Sharp able to make an insane recovery with his car on the post. Yet another fake is going to work for Sharp. Dreaz was doing it earlier to Kareem's, but now Sharp the one who's making him pay. Dreaz just so afraid of those challenges, or those air dribble bumps and those solo opportunities that Sharp has been turning into buckets, which has been forcing these early challenges out from him. So it's important to mix it up. Sharp doing a good job of reading the way Dreaz is changing his play, but here a 50-50 at midfield gets Dreaz his 3rd goal. Seems like Sharp is sticking to the late kickoff, has liked the results he's getting from it, as he's not coming all the way to the ball. And definitely not trying to be the first one there, as his midfield challenge Gets him scored on. Nice flick from Dreaz. Watch this from Sharp's perspective. Low boost situation. Sharp realized he either needs to head all the way back to net, in which case he almost certainly won't be able to make the save with how little boost he had, or he can try and make a cut early as a last-ditch effort. And last-ditch it was, as Dreaz was able to score easy. Sharp coming in a little bit too deep. While this ball's sitting in the corner, Dreaz does a good job to catch it off the wall immediately for a nice bounce shot and take it with lots of momentum into the goal. There's that slow kickoff from Sharp, and I've waved that. This is the best I've ever seen this work out for anybody. Something I've been seeing a lot more in these show matches recently, of not using that flip on the kickoff and then using your second flip to get a wave dash means he's going to play very fast, and that dominance flick will always get the power it needs. A much needed goal from Sharp as he had a big lead and was slowly letting it dwindle away. He's going to push it just a little bit more out of reach. Nice quick challenge from him is going to result in a goal. Dreaz just trying to make the read that Sharp was going for a fake. Sharp takes the risk and gets a goal as a reward. Dreaz reading the fake kickoff this time. But Sharp is actually still going to get a goal out of it. Dreaz getting in his own head a little bit with that kickoff. Off those fakes, sometimes you end up spending all your boost to get to the ball, and by the time you realize the opponent's faking, you've used it all. Try to initiate a dribble with that little amount of boost and was not able to, as Sharp had been holding on to his and gets the counterattack for the 9th goal. A long way to come for Dreaz, but he'll get the first one of many that he'll need if he wants to put himself on match point and take game number 2. Nice play off the wall here. Is fast, but not fast enough. Sharp. Pinch off the ceiling. Does not do much. Dreaz likes to play it fast. Could have done almost anything there. As Sharp's contest off the wall is just a complete whiff, and Dreaz will tap it in. Leaving himself with a low boost situation. Had to try and get far off the wall and was unable to. Kickoff win for Dreaz if he can put this one in. He's only looking at a 1-goal deficit. What looked like a mountain to climb just a couple minutes ago is all of a sudden just a kickoff goal away. Sharp trying to grab that bump there as his way to defend the kickoff. Nice stop here from Dreaz. Lots of boost used by Sharp, needing to rush back to that net fast. It likes to come in tight. This ball goes high. It should be an easy finish for Dreaz, and it is. As he gets it 9-9, Sharp wasn't sure what to do. Could either head all the way back to net. This time, though, actually did have a little bit of boost and potentially could have saved, you know, an easier shot on net, but elects to use that boost to go for that fast challenge again. Does not succeed. 14 seconds left. It's going to hurt a lot to give up a goal here after leading this game so much, and that will do it as Dreaz puts on goal number 10. But he did it in less than 5 seconds. Important for Sharp here not to get in his own head. Still possible for him to pull this one out, but has to not feel good after leading the majority of this game by many goals. Dreaz makes the comeback just in time. Nice kickoff from Sharp's going to give him possession and the ball. With 0 seconds left, he needs to play this off the wall. Nice double tap, and he misses, and that will be game number 2. In favor of the Phenom, who seems to be on fire and unstoppable. But the deal is now, if Sharp can just win out on all his home servers, he will win. So he has the opportunity to take this series just by winning all his home games, as you could call them. Sharp with only 68 ping though in this server versus Dreaz's 96. Neither of them rocking that great of ping. But also, neither of them seem to be too worried about ping as they head into this game number 3. Nice recovery from Sharp here, who seemed like he was going to get counterattacked on. Does a good job to threaten the bump and actually ends up scoring this first goal. Really good play here from Sharp. His ability to keep Dreaz off that counterattack by putting that pressure on his car's path despite not having enough boost to actually get around and get to the ball. Was some very impressive play from him, and he ends up being able to use that prevention of a goal in his own net into a goal of his own. He goes for this backflip 50-50 on his own side. He's going to power clear it out. It means Dreaz will have an opportunity to set up a dribble, but Sharp is going in deep for a demo. This long shot is not on course. Sharp, interestingly, going for the... oh, did not like that touch. That will be an easy counterattack. Cannot afford these in 1v1. Sharp decides to go up early to prevent Dreaz from keeping possession, but ends up getting a very weak touch on the ball and passing that ball down for an easy goal for Dreaz. Tied up 1-1. Dreaz missing his kickoff opportunity high. Nice pressure from Sharp. Dreaz is up early. Another 50-50 midfield. Sharp electing to keep forcing this ball on net instead of grabbing boost. And it will work out for him, as the last 50-50 of the set does get him the win. Oh, Sharp. Maybe not realizing how close to the ball Dreaz was. Lets that one float out to center and is lucky that Dreaz isn't able to pull it off as his ceiling shot doesn't go in, but the follow-up tap will, as he ties it up 2-2. Sharp's kickoff attempt high. Nice by Dreaz to get under the car of Sharp. Gets him his goal number 3. Really good play to get a little bump there and just body Sharp out from getting back to that ball. Dreaz's tap off the wall is going to give possession away. That midfield touch isn't going to do it. Sharp will put on goal number 3. Dreaz just trying to maybe catch that ball a little bit at midfield. Certainly didn't need to jump out for that early, but maybe just wanted to. Series score again. Dreaz forgetting to score mid-game, maybe because he's played a couple series today, or this is the second series of 2. Nice catch on the wall here. Sharp just caught out. Not expecting that quick counterattack. Puts him up 4-3. Sharp's able to read out Dreaz's fake challenge. This air dribble bump won't work this time, although this time I think the credit of it not working is maybe for Sharp, as not quite on point. Ball a little bit too far away from his car, not able to protect it with his demo attempt, despite it working many times on Dreaz so far. Dreaz keeping the separation between these two very minimal, and it's going to work out for him again. Sharp trying to make that quick challenge, gets him scored on. This time Sharp had all the boost in the world. Still wanted to stay close, try and keep that pressure on, but an easy tap off to the side means a free goal for Dreaz. This play off the wall with 0 boost. Very interesting from Sharp. He's going to end up finding himself completely out of position, but is able to force at least the first attempt off net, but not the second. As surely Dreaz was going to find a way to score on Sharp with a bouncing ball at midfield with Sharp with no boost and directly under the ball. Terrible situation for Sharp, as he now needs to make back 3 goals. Trying not to get swept by Dreaz RL, the man he initiated to the stream by winning 3-2 in game number 5. But just barely, and now that Dreaz is warmed up and ready to go, looking absolutely unstoppable. I think we know what that all means. Game for Dreaz in the future against the champ. Kinsey will have to see when those guys' availability is. Because Dreaz in this form he's in right now is looking like he can't be beat. Of course, Sharp certainly has time with a minute left and 4 goals. We're certainly calling it early, and he's proven that we're calling it early with a nice low 50-50 to get a 4th goal. But if Dreaz were able to pull out this game number 3, that would be 1 game that he's lost in the past 3 series, losing it to Creams, whose controller then DC'd and he ended up getting a forfeit win of every game after that. Dreaz able to completely erase Sharp's hard work for his 5th goal with a kickoff. And Sharp says, no! I want my 5th goal, or I guess it was his 4th goal before, his 5th goal now. He takes it right back. Not playing that slow kickoff anymore, at least not on that kickoff. Maybe decided Dreaz has made the read on it and needs to start adjusting it. He tries to tap this ball away. 1 slight tap over him means a 9th goal for Dreaz. Sharp hasn't looked nearly as comfortable in these close car challenges as Dreaz has when these two are close together vying for the ball. Seems like Dreaz is coming out on top more often than not. But maybe Sharp is afraid of giving space to the phenom, as he seems to be putting on some filthy shots. Something that Dreaz does do a lot is come up early for pre-jumps on these aerial attempts. Now, he had done a really good job in the first series against Sharp of stopping out attempts by getting up insanely early for them. This time, it's not a hard read for Sharp to just let that ball touch the ground and tap it in. 23 seconds though, 3 goals to go. Otherwise, Dreaz is going to take this one 3-0. With 9 seconds, it is all but over. I've never seen that many goals scored in such little time. Dreaz is going to go for one last victory lap shot as he gets his flip reset and uses it, and that would have been a 10th, but it hits the ground. GG's. Dreaz versus Sharp. Dreaz is on form right now.